In this episode, I want to speak about the 3 mistakes that I usually see from other songwriters. I usually work in this platform with other young creatives and I try to give them different ideas and methods on how they can improve their songwriting. So people come to me with their sketches and with their material and they want me to review it. Is it a good song or a bad song? For me, it's quite simple. And during the time, I have noticed that the major hardcore problems are with the text writing because we all can have melodies in our heads and you don't need to be like super musically educated to create cool melodies. For text, it's a lot more different to get your ideas across and to sound meaningful. Pop music is quite extraordinary because you want to be engaging. It has to be like candy to your ears, but still you have to be quite deep and say something profound. It's quite a challenging field of uncertainty comes from writing texts. The most biggest problem and mistake is when people speak in words that actually don't mean anything. They use words that are too broad, not specific. If you say, I want to be happy, then I would be quite pleased if you would describe what happiness means to you. How do you feel when you are happy? You could use all the 5 senses and describe happiness in those dimensions. And it would give me quite a specific vibe to what your happiness means, what it sounds like, what it feels like. And sometimes people just, yeah, but everybody wants to be happy. I'm like, yeah, but if I will ask 5 different people what happiness means to them, they will give me 5 different answers, and life is like that. We all want to be happy, but happiness comes to us in different shapes and forms. A good song gives me something specific, something to grab on, and I want to hear this authentic vibe. Tea with honey and milk is something that is your happiness, and it's quite specific. And for me, it's coffee with milk and with honey, and people are like, oh my God, you're drinking coffee with honey? I'm like, yes. I love my coffee with honey. If I would describe my perfect drink, that would be it. And it's quite specific and you can see it, taste it. Lack of specific and narrow ideas in a song is something that comes up a lot. The other problem that I usually see as a mistake, people are not being too specific about their storytelling. A good song is a story. It is delivered through the lens of music and tonality and instruments and vocals, but still it's engaging and it takes you somewhere. If you are not building up this dramatic vibe in the song and it doesn't lead you anywhere and there's no catharsis in it, then it's just not engaging. So the first mistake is that you are not using specific words, and the second, your story is not specific. Maybe somebody sees those two as connected, but we just can broad the term specific on different scales. The most biggest mistake that I always define is when I hear the song, I read the text, I work with the material, and if I don't have a picture in my head, I consider it as a song that is not good enough. So for me, a good story brings some images in my head. I'm very focused on visuals. I love visuals. I am really drawn to colors. I love to have color on me in my wardrobe. I want to have colors and shapes and textures in the song. And if you are singing about something from your past, I want to be taken there. I want to see it as a movie. And I believe that one of the best storytellers that quite creates some cool concepts in my head is Taylor Swift. Her songs are stories in the most defined possible way. So sometimes you also want to avoid that and maybe be more abstract. There are paintings that are really like realistic with maybe some nature and some interior design maybe. There are also paintings that people adore that are abstract and they give you a space to float in. I think it's some way connected to the artistic form, how you want to communicate with the listener. But I really advise everybody to use, I believe it's called simile. So it's a method when you compare yourself to something or you compare your emotions to something. And you say, today I feel like, in Katy Perry's song, like a plastic bag drifting through the wind. I'm describing my emotions, my maybe some kind of sad vibe, and I feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind. So I totally get you. I sometimes also feel like a plastic bag. Don't have any specific direction, you know. Try to find something to describe your emotion with, describe your happiness, describe your story with. And in one of the next episodes, I will speak about a method that I really like. It is called the letter method, and I hope that you will like it. So, see you in the next episode, and let's try to create some cool songs together. Bye.